Hi guys, hello, Rainbow here, and it's the third part of To Libertad. Can you imagine that? That's so good, that's so amazing. Have you seen what we did in the previous part? We were so badass. And now we'll see the consequences of our battle. And others returning. Yeah. Oh, take that, you son of a... What is that? Oh, she's now scared. What? By the time Marta awoke, many hours has passed. She had fallen into a deep sleep brought upon by both fatigue and injury. Marta had to push her body past its limits, and a good rest was exactly what she needed. But in the forest littered with monsters, Marta could not afford to sleep forever. She woke as soon as her body had healed enough for her to walk properly, and the moment her eyes opened, she intended to do exactly that, walk it off. You shouldn't move yet, please. Rest a while longer. Order? I gently pushed Marta back down as she tried to stand. Marta was badly injured. Even if her life wasn't in immediate danger, she was in no condition to be walking around, and while Marta didn't seem to care, I wasn't going to let her put herself in any more danger. Why? Huh? Why did you come back for me? It's only half a day's travel from here to Libertad. You could have easily made it the rest of the way by yourself. So why would you risk your life like that? Marta seemed genuinely confused as to why I had helped her. From the beginning, Marta was merely a convenient companion from whom I thought protection. She was a stranger, a wandering adventurer who just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And now that we were so close to Libertad, I didn't even need Marta anymore. I could have completed my journey solo, without the need to face such a ferocious beast. You know, I comment very little, but it happens when the game is so good that I'm so in this game. You know, it's like with good games and books and movies that you're so in this universe that you forget about outside world, about anything else. You're so into it. Oh, at least those were the thoughts going through Marta's mind. It was a foregone conclusion that I would sacrifice Marta and save myself. That was just how the world worked. In Marta's mind, her death was a certainty. Nobody would come to save her. Why would they? And yet I came back. What's more, when Marta asked why I did something so reckless and stupid, I simply smiled and replied, "Not even a word of thanks?" How absurd! I don't understand your thoughts at all. In that case, let me change my answer. I forced a frown onto my face and attempt to look serious. I hired you to take me to Libertad. Until you do, I will not allow you to leave my side. Understood? Yeah, that I can accept. Smiling to herself, Marta slowly sat up. Oh, don't sit up too quickly. You're badly injured. You need to take it easy. Calm down. I'm tougher than I look. Give me a little food and rest, and I'll be back to full strength in no time. I see. A little food and rest, huh? To recover from a fight like that? I smiled sadly as I lowered my head. I wish I had that kind of strength. Marta glared at me for a moment, then lowered her body. She placed her head on my lap once more, in response to which my face was masked with surprise. Marta? You want me to escort you to Libertad, don't you? I'm going to need more rest before I can make the trip, so let me borrow your lap for a while. Oh, sure, I'd be happy to. Marta looked up at me from below. One look at my face was all it took. She was straight through me, I knew exactly what was on my mind.
You know, Ada, strength isn't all about swinging a sword and killing monsters.
Exactly! You were so brave, girl! You're like super reckless and stupid, but really brave, and that's amazing.
Even abysmal, pathetic flailing like yours may prove invaluable. Without your bravery and conviction, I would have been killed for sure. You saved my life and I, in turn, saved yours. That is what happened here today, and it is nothing to be ashamed of. So be proud, Ada. You're a brave, selfless girl, and any adventurer would be lucky to travel with you.
Ah, that's so sweet.
Granted a few more hours of inactivity, Marta spoke freely as she rested her head in my lap. Usually she would remain focused on the task at hand. She would use our circumstances as an excuse to stay on topic or avoid saying more than necessary. You know, I'm 100% with living their romance at this point, because this is so beautiful and skillful put together, and this is so amazing. This is so nice. This is so good. And this is so well done. Gosh. The creator, you're genius! You're so talented and you're such a genius that I can't even. But in this situation, with the two of us unmoving and in no particular hurry, Marta allowed herself to share things she would otherwise keep locked away forever.
So your companions, they all died?
I'm afraid so. We were ambushed by ogres, and I was the only survivor. Though I suppose it's only natural that I alone survived. After all, I fled from battle the moment the situation grew dire, leaving my friends to be torn to pieces. I didn't even try to save them. I got scared and ran away. I prioritized my own life over theirs.
Don't say that. You did what you had to in order to survive. Even if you had stayed, what difference would it have made? Nobody could blame you for escaping.
It doesn't make me feel any better, whether I could have helped them or not. The fact remains that I left them to die. Maybe I could have saved them. If I were with them, perhaps we could have overpowered one of the ogres or found a means of escape. But I ran away like a coward, and my friends paid the price. What a joke! If anyone deserved to die on the day, it was me. It would have been a faded end for someone as pathetic as me.
But then, you won't save me. Ada, you won't save us, so...
Don't say that! I don't care how guilty you feel. Wishing for death is not okay.
And what about you? What about you? To face, little bastard girl.
Why do you care?
No, before that, I really want to be talking after all you've gone through. Surely you wished for death on more than one occasion. Not long ago you were begging me to kill you.
That might be true, but
I carefully considered my next words. True, I had wished for death many times. In fact, I wished brutal deaths upon my captors. I wished peaceful, liberating deaths upon my fellow slavers. And of course, I wished for my own death, an end to my suffering. But Marta was not like me. She was a strong, free woman whom nobody would trifle with. She was nobody's slave. You may wish you had died on the day, but I do not. Without you, I would have suffered a horrific fate. Those men would still be alive, doing unspeakable things to their captives. You're a good person, Marta. Your being alive makes this world a better place.
Perhaps it is as you say, given the right time and place, even I can make a difference. But that does not change what I did. Try as I might, my actions cannot absolve me. My friends must be cursing me from the grave.
Though she put on a tough front, Marta's voice shook as she spoke. The thought of Marta's friends resenting her scared Marta far more than face another ogre. She could never apologize to them for running away, nor could she make amends. If Marta didn't find a way to forgive herself, the guilt would haunt her forever. Tell me this, Marta. When I ran away and you were fighting the ogre by yourself, would you have hated me for surviving while you fought to the death?
Huh?
Faced with my unexpected question, the wild sorrow on Marta's face was replaced with surprise.
No, of course not. Why would I hate you for that? I was fighting precisely so that you could escape. I could not hold such a thing against you.
But really? Then do you believe your friends to be more petty and unreasonable than you are?
Not at all. I told you they were good people. We may not have always seen eye to eye, but I could trust those people with my life. They were honest, upright adventurers, well above my level.
I see. But if that's the case, then why do you think they would curse you?
Huh?
Just as she began to get heated up, Marta stopped dead in her tracks. She couldn't yet see the point I was trying to make, but with a little more persuasion, I would make her understand. Marta, I didn't know your friends. I never met them, ate with them, laughed with them. I don't presume for a moment to know them better than you do. But if everything you told me about them is correct, then I don't think they resent you. Your friends died while protecting you. They fought a losing battle so that you could survive, even if it meant that they were all killed. So don't sully their memories by accusing them of committing evil from beyond the grave, and never wish for your own death ever again. Oh, it reminded me about that episode from Criminal Minds, Steven and Vincent, when the boy was telling Vincent why he hasn't killed me that day. I wish he just killed me with my mother. And Vincent was like touching his arm and, hey, never wish to be dead. Never, you hear me? Never wish for that. And this is so. Continue to live on and make your friends proud. Oh. Is it the end? Are we close to the end by any chance? Showered by the harsh rays of the morning sun, I rolled away from the bright light and slowly opened my eyes. I stretched out my arms as my consciousness gradually returned to me, and with it came flooding in my memories of recent events. My escape, the slavers, the goblins, the ogre. Marta! I quickly sat up and looked around. Though I fell asleep sitting upright with Marta in my lap, I had awoken on the ground, alone. A deep unease began to spread through my mind as I failed to locate my traveling companion. Was she attacked? Did she hear something and go to investigate? Would she come back? Finally, awake, huh? Yeah! I stumbled backwards in fright as a familiar voice suddenly called out to me. Marta! That's me! But what's with that reaction? Do I really look that scary? No, it's nothing like that. I'm sorry, I was just... As Marta came into view, my words faded away. Her clothes are dirty and torn. Marta's shield was gone, destroyed in a flash by the ogre. Despite that, she was walking with ease. There were no visible injuries on her body, nor did Marta appear to be in any pain. Somehow, in the time it took me to get a good night's sleep, Marta had recovered from her fight. Marta, what happened to your body? Huh? Yesterday you were battered and bruised to the point where I thought you might not pull through. How are you already walking around like that? And where are your bruises? Are you worried about me, Ada? Fear not, I have lived through worse battles.
That doesn't really make me feel any better about this.
Oh, lighten up! Take solace in the fact that your companion isn't so easily killed. Now, get up, we must regain our strength before completing the final leg of our journey.
As she spoke, Marta placed an armful of apples on the ground in front of me. I had been too focused on Marta's presence and lack of injuries to realize that she was out gathering food, but now that I knew where she had been, I felt a great sense of relief. Marta hadn't abandoned me or been taken away. She was as fit and healthy as ever, and upon waking up, the first thing she did was search for food for the two of us. My fears had been completely unfounded. Marta was a woman I could trust with my life, and for the duration of our journey, I could continue to do just that. After eating breakfast together, Marta and I continued our journey with renewed energy. We ploughed through the forest with little difficulty, at least compared to what we had already been through, and made good progress towards our destination. Nonetheless, Marta remained vigilant. She was still wary after our encounters with the goblin army and the ogre, and her guard would not fall until we reached our destination. Many hours passed by and I began to feel tired. I fretted, wondering if I could request a break or simply power through the fatigue until we reached Libertad. Thankfully, before I could worry about my own weakness too deeply, the decision was made for me.
Oh, I knew we were getting close! Ada, look over there!
Huh? Marta shouted out excitedly and smiled like a carefree child. She pointed off into the distance over the edge of a cliff, overlooking man-made structures below. We had reached our destination.
Libertad!
That's right! See, I told you! I got you here! Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
Oh. But we also are so far away from it now. Oh, now we're here. Marta and I excitedly ran from the forest through the open gates of Libertad. And I guess this part can be the last one, right guys? Oh, but it was such a nice experience. It was such a nice experience. I mean, I don't even know what makes this game so good. I mean, yeah, the animated and dynamic parts are really helpful, and even if they're not, you know, animated, like with moves, etc., they're still really dynamic. And action! This is nice. This is so nicely put together. Oh, pumpkins! Hello there! Despite my fatigue, I sprinted without hesitation as the vibrant, life-filled city graced my eyes. And now we're free. Finally. This is such a good ending when slave finally becomes free. All around us, there were mansions, food stalls, children running around happily, and even humans with the skin colors and facial structures I had never seen before. In an instant, I could tell that Libertad was nothing like the slums from which I had spent my years trying to escape. Marta, are you seeing all of this? I must be dreaming! There are stalls with delicious food on display everywhere I look. Are they not afraid that someone might steal from them? And look, the women are all walking around without skirts. Do they not fear that they will be taken by slavers? Calm down, Ada. No such fears exist in this city. Libertad did not earn its name by suppressing its citizens. The people here are good, honest, hard-working folk. And in the event that something does go wrong, the adventurous Guild steps in without delay. You're in good hands here, Ada. But I won't be here without you. You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. After living in the slums for so long, this is definitely going to be an adjustment.
Worry not, my friends. If you encounter trouble, you need only visit me in the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, yes, I will be sure to do that.
So you also kind of lived here? What? My voice trailed off as I proceeded that Marta told me. It hadn't drawn on me until now, but with my request having been fulfilled by Marta, I was now on my own. She had kept her promise, and now it was time for us to part ways. I've known this moment would come from the beginning, but now that it's here, I don't know what to do. I don't want to separate from Marta just yet. We were only just starting to become good friends. If we part ways now, then
Alright, enough sightseeing. We have a couple of stops to make. Ada, would you please come with me for a moment?
Huh? Oh yes, of course, right away!
Oh, so it's not the end? Having our partying delays, if only momentarily, I happily followed Marta to a large, grandiose building. Inside we found many able-bodied men and women, all carrying weapons and various pieces of armor. We had reached the adventurous Guild. Upon arriving at the Guild, Marta promptly located and approached the Guild master. She pulled out the horn of the ogre she slew and handed it over, then proceeded to speak of the goblin army in the forest. The Guild master then compensated her for the valuable information and for slaying the dangerous beast.
Wow, that's a lot of coin! You earned all of that just for an ogre horn?
It's not just an ogre horn, nor was that fight anything to trivialize. That horn was proof that I slew the dangerous beast, which could still be slain man even now, when it's still alive.
When did you have time to take the horn anyway? I don't remember seeing you extract it.
Maybe while you were sleeping? Ordinarily, I would have taken the horn the moment I was sure of the ogre's death, so that nobody else might take it first. However, I was in no condition to do so after the fight, so I waited until I was well rested, then extracted the horn while you were asleep.
I see, so that's where you were when I woke up and couldn't find you.
Oh, you got me there. Honestly, I only grabbed the apples because I saw them by chance. Besides, extracting an ogre horn isn't easy. Their skin is difficult to cut and the horn is short and rocked. I didn't want to do so while we were supposed to be traveling. While explaining her actions, Marta tucked away her rewards. Anyway, now that we have some gold, there is one more place that we need to visit. Follow me. Marta once again led me across town. We passed through a residential area and back into another business center, filled with the sound of loud clinking and ample chatter. In the center of this noise, Marta walked over to the front of the store and beckoned me over. Huh? This is a blacksmith? Are you going to purchase a new shield or sword? Marta sighed and shook her head. Do you truly think me so selfish? This is a locksmith. We're going to remove that collar of yours. Finally, I was gonna talk about it before when we were resting, when Marta was resting on our laps. I noticed that the collar was still around our neck, but I thought that yeah, with what we would open it, so now we can, and that's so good.
My collar! I looked down and unconsciously touched my collar with my hands. Oh, you're right! My apologies, I had forgotten that I was wearing anything around my neck. I've been restrained by this collar for so long that I feel like it's already a part of me.
A part of you see?
Marta widened her eyes in surprise for a moment, then scowled angrily.
Ada, I hope you don't mind me asking, but for how long were you held captive? I really hope that you weren't like 7 or even 10 when they captured you, because that would be 50 shades more depressing than it already is.
Though I shouldn't have expected it, Marta's question caught me by surprise. My years of captivity were not a period of my life I wanted to think about. I was finally free, and the last thing I wanted to do was recall my life as a slave. Be that as it may, I owed a lot to Marta. Furthermore, she had already opened up to me about her former companions, no matter how much pain it cost her. At least I could do was show her the same openness and honesty that she showed me. I do not mind you asking, Marta. If you are the one asking, then I will answer, even if it is something I would rather forget. However,
I averted my gaze as I searched the deepest recesses of my mind. Truth be told, I didn't know the answer. When I was first captured, I counted each day as it passed. I told myself that I would soon be free and that I would live a year alone, and for every day I suffered. However, as the seasons passed by and my body continued to change, I inevitably lost track. Even now, I have no idea how long has passed. I do not know my own age, let alone the length of my captivity. All I know is that my hometown was invaded on a cold winter night many months ago. Mata remains silent as I spoke. To a strong, free woman like her, who was able to slay my captors with ease, the notion of being in captivity for so long must have seemed surreal. Even so, the expression of her face told me that she understood. Not from experience, of course, but on some level she knew what I had been through.
To be captive for so long, I cannot even imagine the strength it must be taken to endure such hell. Were I in your situation, I'd have beaten my tongue off long ago.
Mata placed her hand on my shoulder. Startled, I looked up at her, somewhat surprised to see a smiling face looking down at me.
But that ends today. You are a slave no longer, and in mere moments, the final relic of your past life will be gone.
Speaking those inspiring words, Mata urged me into the locksmith's shop. We walked straight up to the counter and approached the locksmith, who looked up from his work and stared at Mata and I in turn. Once his gaze rested on my collar, the locksmith knew exactly what we were about to ask.
1 gold coin. Take it.
Without hesitation, Adlai Mata unveiled a gold coin from the pouch, which the guildmaster gave her, and tossed it to the locksmith.
Alright, let's see.
The locksmith produced a set of lockpicks and expected moved over to the other side of the counter. He inspected my collar for a moment, then began to toy with the inside of the lock. A faint click resounded in my ears, and a moment later the collar fell into the locksmith's hand. He then walked away from me and discarded the collar, then returned to his side of the counter and waited for the next set of customers.
And with that, you are finally free. So, how does it feel? Don't back on my account, speak your mind.
Well, it's a little chilly.
We can buy you a scarf, don't worry about it.
Other than that, I don't really feel any different.
That's rather anticlimactic. Oh well, give it a day or so, you are sure to notice the difference when you sleep at night.
Yes, I suppose so. Still, I can't help but feel that something is lacking. I thought about regaining my freedom for so long, but now that it's actually here,
it happens a lot. When you wish for something and then you achieve it and you're empty because now you have it and what now?
But now that it's actually here, it just doesn't feel real.
Freedom alone is not enough for you, it would seem.
That's not it. I was just...
Calm yourself. I did not mean it in a negative light. Rather, it is a good sign. Now that you have your freedom, you must begin your life anew and find something greater for which to strive. Do not apologize for seeking more out of life. It is the drive which will ensure your livelihood henceforth. And to that end,
Mata grabbed my wrist with her hand, then turned my arm so that my palm faced upward. Then she played the pouch that she received from the guild on top of my hand and wrapped my fingers around it.
Mata! This is... I couldn't possibly...
Take it. I will not allow you to decline. It's not a lot, but that should be enough for a new set of clothes and decent accommodation should you decide to stay.
Yes, but what about you?
Worry not. I have enough coin to last me a lifetime.
You do?
I am but a humble adventurer, living from quest to quest, so please do not mind me. Do with the world what you will. Whether you choose to stay in the city or travel to new lands, I will not reprimand you.
New lands, you say? Nervously, I look up at Marta. will you be leaving this town?
Me? I think not. Not for a while at least. The guide master offered good coin to those who will help him dealing with the goblin army until they have all been slaughtered. I'm not going anywhere.
I see. Then that goes for me too. I will stay in Libertad.
That is a wise choice.
Marta and I smiled at one another as we both confirmed that we would be living in close proximity a while longer. Even if we were no longer traveling together, we had not yet seen the last of one another, nor would we need to worry for the safety of the other. Truly, I hadn't dared to dream of the better outcome.
Thank you, Marta.
Huh?
To be saved by you so many times now, from the slavers, those goblins, the ogre, and even the collar binding me. You truly are a wonderful person. I don't think I will ever be able to repay you.
This is so adorable.
Thank you, Marta, from the bottom of my heart, for everything you have done for me. Truly, I thank you.
It was my pleasure, Ada. You are a good person, and I have enjoyed the time we spent together. Were I to go back in time, I would not hesitate to do it all over again.
Ah. Marta and I faced one another as we enjoyed that might be the final moment of our journey together. Though we had only known one another for a short while, you're gonna be living in the same city, so I refuse this story ending here. Though we had only known one another for a short while, it felt as though we were long-time companions, begrudgingly saying our goodbyes as we each went our separate ways.
Say, would you be troubled if I were to visit you every now and then? I promise that I wouldn't get in your way or anything. It would just be to check in and see how you're doing.
Of course, I see no problem with that. I'll be staying at the Adventurers Guild for quite some time. Feel free to visit me as often as you like. In return, may I also intrude on your life from time to time?
Intrude? Though still smiling, Marta blushed faintly and averted her eyes for a moment. You know, this is what I like about this game. It wasn't filled with cheapy, blushing every time we looked at each other and we're like,
oh, but she's so gorgeous. Why am I blushing? Oh, la, la, la.
I'm spitting, that's disgusting, but you know, I'm so on emotions right now. This is so masterful put together. This is so good.
Absolutely, and shoot as often as you'd like. I wouldn't mind at all. I really wouldn't.
My gaze dropped as the reality of our separation began to take root. It kind of reminds me about Aquamarine movie. Will our game would be like that also when the girls were separating from each other? That was not a femme/slash movie, that was a kids movie. Two girls, two friends were separating from each other and they were saying their goodbyes and they were going in different ways and they stopped their tracks and they ran to each other once again and were hugging each other with all their might and laughing. My gaze dropped as the reality of our separation began to take root. Before long, Marta and I would go our separate ways. Even if we occasionally visited one another, our relationship wouldn't be the same as it's been during our journey together. If we weren't proactive, we might soon lose touch altogether. Marta would go out adventuring, I would find work in the city, and we'd never meet again. When that thought crossed my mind, I realized what I needed to do. Marta, one more question, if I may. What kind of job would allow a person like me to earn a good amount of money?
Huh? You're thinking about money already? Indeed, it is good to remain focused on your livelihood, but isn't the money I gave you not enough?
Marta and I both looked down at the coin purse in unison. Before Marta could say another word, I thrust my hand out and returned the money to its rightful owner. Here, take this back.
Huh? I do not understand. Do you not need money? You just said.
I wish to hire you. Oh, this is so sweet.
Huh? Marta's confusion turned into surprise as my impulsive statement caught her off guard.
Please consider this a down payment. I will work hard to pay you in full.
A down payment? What? For what purpose do you wish to hire me? Will you believe in the city after all?
I shook my head. I have no destination in mind, nor do I know that I will be doing from now on. All I know is that wherever I end up, I want you to be by my side.
Marta once again displayed her surprise openly. The coin purse rattled as her hand shook, and if I didn't know any better, I could have sworn I saw tears forming in the corners of her eyes.
Ada, I dared to think as much, but could it be that you too?
Huh?
No, it's nothing. Keep your money, you needn't pay me.
No, but even if it isn't enough right now.
Stay with me, Ada.
Again, this is so cute, guys. This is so cute.
What?
Before I could react, Marta suddenly threw her arms around me. She hugged me tightly as though afraid that I might run away if she let go.
We'll watch over from now on. I will protect you from harm and stay by your side for as long as you wish. Please, Ada, stay with me.
Unable to comprehend what was happening, I stood frozen as Marta said everything I wanted to hear. Even if I doubted my ears, I could not deny the warmth slowly enveloping my inside and out. Marta and I shared the same wish, and all I needed to do to make it happen was to say yes.
I don't understand. Why are you asking to protect me? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
My eyes heated up as tears began to stream down my face. Hesitantly, I raised my arms.
Is this really right? Is it really okay for me to be this selfish?
Without saying a word, Marta nodded. I lifted my arms higher and slowly wrapped them around Martha's torso. By the time I realized what I was doing, I had put as much strength as I could muster into my arms, returning Marta's embrace with every fiber of my being. Yes, Marta, yes. Please, stay with me. Never leave me alone. Again.
I wouldn't even dream of it. So long as I draw breath, I shall never let another one of my friends die. Especially not you, Ada. I will always be beside you. You have my word.
You know, that's so good. No, that's so good. It's such a good ending to Libertad. This is gorgeous. This game is simply gorgeous, you know? This is so good that I can even story by Sando. The story was amazing. Thank you. Written by That's Subo. Thank you very much. Like, seriously, thanks. The art, Sando, the art was amazing. The art was super amazing. The story was good. The art was absolutely amazing. The art was so good that I can't even. This guys, everything that walk in this game, you're absolutely incredible human beings, because this story was so well put together. You know, there is a reason why I like slash games about male romance and not femme slash yuri, because most of the times yuri games are so cheesy for me to play, you know, even with manga. Joey once thought it's like all the yuri manga mostly is like, you have boobs, I have boobs, let's have sex, okay. And this was so well put together. No one direct word about love, etc. But you know what? That was absolutely put together, and all the emotion, all the roller coaster of this emotion was so well put together. was so good. The story touched two very serious topics that are really relevant even to nowadays, not only to old ages. And this story is so good. It's about when you're in the darkest place and you find someone who help you to find your way out and give you a reason for living and support you and give you... Oh, that's so good. This is so good. This is so good. I'm sorry that this part turned out to be this long, but I couldn't stop until I finished the game, and I regret nothing. I regret absolutely nothing. It was such a nice game, and that was amazing. That was amazing. That was it. That was amazing. Oh, so I guess, guys, on this note, we'll finish the game. The game was awesome, and yeah, amazing job, everyone. You can have a free cookie. Here, take my virtual cookies to you because you are amazing. And everything put together was so good. Oh my god, that's so amazing. That's absolutely astonishing game. Wow, I had so many good emotions from it, and wow, I can't wait for the moment when I begin to edit it, because I want the whole world and all my subscribers to see this finally, because you are my subscribers, and this is so... Tell me what you think about this game in the comment, because I think that was amazing, that was so cool, that was so well put together, and this is so amazing. Wow! And on this note, I think, guys, I'll end this video because I can blab for hours more and until my speak will be like half English, half Russian and half Belarusian and maybe a few words in some other languages. I don't even know. Like kawaii, so moe, etc. Okay, bye, and I see you, I guess, soon. And as always, you can click on my image right now and subscribe to this channel, and also check some of my previous videos out. Bye!